Union Station is not only a transportation hub in Washington, D.C., but it's a retail center, selling anything from unique luxury items down to the most common of fast food stuff. So that's why I'm telling you now that I was very surprised when a tourist from New York asked me the question, is Union Station closing? Now, as a lifelong resident of DC, I laughed at that question. But the friends of the tourist seems to agree with him. The friends of the tourist lived in DC for 2 years, so their impression of the city is very different than mine. So I went down to Union Station to figure out why on earth are these people spreading this rumor among their small little group of friends that Union Station seems to be closing. I'll admit I haven't been to Union Station for a while, but I was very surprised not seeing a lot of people there. A typical day would have like a few hundred people walking around. The food court would be really packed, and the movie theater would always have people flow in and out. But now, it almost looked just like a ghost town. The more I walked around, I noticed that more of the stores not only closed, but they left entirely. I passed through the food court and noticed that the movie theater is no longer there. And then I walked through the Great Hall, where I met quite a few homeless men, but not any shoppers. I saw people who seemed to be more focused on getting to their destination instead of standing around marveling at the greatness of Union Station. Well, obviously, people were still there because of the buses and the trains that still ran through the station. But the retail side of the station seemed dead. The few shops that were open didn't seem to have any customers when I was there. So maybe they did their shopping and left quickly. So I went upstairs to the third tier where there would be more restaurants and more clothing stores. But as a teenager, we called that the fancy floor because of the high-end prices and the tailored customers that sat in the restaurants. But when I went up there, I noticed that just about everything was closed. So I called the property management company for the Union Station to ask for an update on the reopening of the stores. And then I was directed to a statement made by the CEO of the Union Station Redevelopment Corporation, Miss Beverly Staley. And she says that the stores went into modified hours, then they closed, and then they want to come back to modified hours. But Union Station retail has never closed. And she also says she has no doubt that Union Station will come back to its formal vibrancy. Well, just like all of us, Union Station is going through a readjustment period. I'm confident that the retail stores will come back to Union Station in full force once we go back to normal. And with new outbreaks, new lockdowns, and quarantines, it might take a few years. But as a resident of Washington, I can say we will welcome all visitors and we look forward to seeing you when you come. But give Union Station a break. We're in the middle of a pandemic, for Pete's sake. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Dickie D in DC, and I will see you in the next video.